Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to the Talking Head Show at USA Global TV and Radio. My name is Roland Friedl. I'm a businessman, as I call myself, an entrepreneur in several businesses since more than 2.5 decades. Together with my team, we support businesses all over the world, mostly multinational billion-dollar companies all over the places in 8 or 9 different languages. You can find them on the website. We've helped them improving, adapting, or even designing their processes that are important for the business, and also about our people development. So we train, we coach their sales force, their management, their executive leaders, and that's what my main business is since almost 30 years, like 28 years right now. So that's my main business. And besides that, I dedicate my life to men's work and to the environment. That's the reason why on Wednesdays I do the Wild at Heart show, a show for men, by men, about men. So when you're interested about this topic, please, on Wednesdays, together with some amazing guys from different parts of the world, we do this men's show together on USA Global TV and Radio, the Wild at Heart show. It's now 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Central European Time, meaning 3 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time in the US, and 2 hours before the Earth show, the environmental show, together with my partner Marcin. But here we are on USA Global TV and Radio. We are on the Talking Head on the business show, and let's bring up the slides. And actually, it's already the last episode of this module, and the name of this module is, and the content of this module is, helping customers to manage change through innovation. For those of you, ladies and gentlemen, here who see the show for the first time, I guess it's so important after the almost 3 years of crisis we had, this crisis, from 2020 to 2022, with all this pandemic, all the things that are going on that really shaped the world. Many things changed, and it shaped not only people privately of their health, but also businesses have been shaped. And the background for this module is that there was an amazing research done last year on more than 700 different CEOs, chief executive officers from different industries all over the globe, and what's the most important thing for them. And they said, okay, we want to have more efficient workplaces, more productive employees, and more security, because most of our people are working remotely from home, hybrid or full or hybrid. And the other thing is that, if you want to grow your accounts, not only retain your accounts, you want to grow your accounts, grow your business, what they want is an active vendor, an active salesperson who brings new ideas, bringing new innovations to them. As I said, helping customers manage this dramatic change, the new normal or the next normal, whatever you want to call it, through innovation. And we're already in episode number 12. So for those of you who missed the other episodes, please go to the recordings. You find them all on YouTube. We've been talking about the next normal. We're talking about change. We're talking about the golden circle. We have been talking about the buyer's journey and how to align it with your seller's journey. We're talking about stakeholder identification, meaning who are the decision makers, how are they communicating, influencing each other, who is a blocker, who is neutral, who is a friend of you, who is just a talker. We've been talking about business curiosity, meaning do you really know your customer? Are you curious enough? Do you really know your customer? Only what you want to sell to them, the special need they have? Do you really know the customer? What's this environment? Who are his customers, her customer? Who are their competitors? And so on. So really business curiosity. We're talking about commercial insights. Was a different bit between an information insight. We're talking about inspiration. We've been talking about how you make a compelling, engaging, inspiring innovation story that people are really follow you and listen to and at the end buy from you, and many other topics in the last episode. And actually this episode number 12, is actually the title is a 7-step business proposal. But you will see, for those of you who saw the other shows before, or when you see the recordings later, you will see that this is also more or less a summary what we did the last weeks and months together on the Talking Head Show at USA Global TV and radio. So the 7-step business proposal is the topic for this episode. And for those of you who already know me, I always do it. We will start with why it's important to use a 7-step business proposal. Then we talk about it. What is a 7-step business proposal? And then we go a little bit deeper in the how to do it. And at the end, what if, or how you implement it, or what can you do differently. That's what we're going to do for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Just a short overview about the topic. And please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me and my team if you need more support and better understanding. This is really working. We delivered this to businesses in the US, in Canada, in Europe, in Asia, and even in Africa. It's working. Okay, so please don't hesitate to contact you. So why 7-step business proposal? And for those of you who already followed other shows of mine, they know that normally I'll really give a motivation for it. And this time it's quite quick and dirty, quite short. It's because it works. Because it works with all our clients that we reintroduced the 7-step business proposal. It's just working. And when we go through this short presentation, you will understand why I say this. It's really working. It makes absolutely sense. And at the end, as I said, we've the episodes, all the episodes before this one, we really build up how you increase your sales, how you really grow your account by account management, account innovation, how you do this through commercial insights, through business curiosity. And of course, it makes sense when you go through all these stages that at the end, your customer will say, okay, come over with a proposal. Yeah. And of course, it makes sense that in this proposal, we implement all these different stages we've gone through together in the last episode. So it's really working, and you will understand it makes sense. So let's go in. So what is it? What is a 7-step business proposal? At the end, it's just a guideline. It's a guideline, ladies and gentlemen, that helps you to structure your successful proposal for the decision makers. Yeah, the decision makers who decide about this project, signing up with you and buying your products and services. It's a guideline. This helps you to structure. And I strongly believe in structure, being structured, being prepared, meaning being professional. Okay, so the 7-step business proposal is a guideline to structure your successful proposal that you give over to decision makers. And you can make this a proposal as a presentation if you want. You present it in front of the buying center, meaning about this, in front of the stakeholders, in front of the decision makers, or you can do it in the written version. I highly recommend, if it's possible, to have both a written proposal, but whenever it's possible, do it in form of a presentation. The reason for that is you see immediately the reaction of the decision makers in a non-verbal or verbal communication. You see immediately, and you can react on it. Maybe you can redefine or adapt something when you think, or when you believe, or you see or recognize there's maybe some resistance, or maybe something changed. Yeah, but maybe adapt something. So I highly recommend, if you do a business proposal, present it in front of the decision makers with all the people you have been during this project, especially when you have a more complex project, maybe when you work in IT technology. I know from my own experience together with my clients, these projects mainly last between 12 and 18 months and sometimes longer. So present it. And of course, a written presentation too with all the details. But I highly recommend to present it, because then you can react immediately. Because when you send it to them, you don't have any influence about their reaction. Maybe you recognize the reaction because they call you and say yes, or even they don't call you, whatever. Yeah, but you don't have any influence. Yeah, you cannot. You're just reactive, but you're not active or even not proactive anymore. And for those of you who followed me on this channel, they know I love to be proactive. Yeah, leading and guiding your customer through this decision making cycle, through this buying journey. Okay, so do a presentation, because when you're presenting in front of the people, you immediately get a reaction, and if necessary, you can adapt or refine things. And if there are any doubts or any question, you can answer that and bring the obstacles out of the way, so you can closer to a so-called closing. Okay, let's have a look at how you're doing this. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, this is a lot of stuff on the slide. Maybe you can read everything. It doesn't matter. I will read it for you, and we go through it step by step. Okay, as I said, it's a seven step, and these 7 steps are, the first has 7 points. It has an executive summary. The reason for that is I always recommend my customers, when they make a final solution presentation, when they're sending their proposal, even if it's written or presenting it, in the beginning, a short executive summary, meaning a short summary for the decision makers. We go deep a little bit there. Then, of course, we talk about bring up their current state, meaning their critical issues. We're talking about the customer's implications, the business case itself. Then we highlighting, of course, or high leveling the offering. We are talking about the customer's investment, and last but not least, our credibility. So let's go a little bit deeper. Executive summary. What is it exactly? The executive summary is where you summarize the key points from a customer's, and it's critical, from a customer's perspectives. So you put the offering into the context without talking product. I mean, you're not talking about a product, you're not talking about a solution, the service you're offering. You summarize the key points of the customer's perspective. So you put the offering into the context in general, without going specifically on the solution or the product or service. So it's a key point summaries. And for those of you who so the other episode, especially the episode Golden Circle, it's about the what, the why, and the how. For those of you who said, what is this, the Golden Circle? What's about the what, Hannah? Please go to the recording of this episode of the Golden Circle, and then you understand absolutely what I'm talking about. Okay, so the first step is and we go a little bit deeper. It's executive summary, summarizing the key points from the customers, not from yours, from the customers. It's all about the customer, it's all about us, about the customers' perspectives, meaning about the what is the issue, why they should change now, and how they can change. Then the second part is as I said, is the critical issue or issues. Maybe you focus on one issue, maximum 2 issues, not more, because otherwise it's too distracting for the customer when you open too many critical issues. So focus on one. If there are more, focus on 1 or 2, the most important for the customer to help him. And when you've done a good job, then you can go to cross and upselling, no problem. But focus on 1 issue, maximum 2 issues. So what are the issues you give? And here in the second chapter, in the second step, you give them an overview of the critical threats or opportunities that your offering will address from a customer's, and again, from a customer's perspectives, meaning what's going to happen, what's happening currently or actually right now in the customer's world. Okay, that's the critical issue. Yeah. Then the next step, step number 3, is customer implication. It means that the customer information means it connects the customer's current state. We've been talking before, the critical issue, the current state organization with the critical issue we have identified. Okay, so we are connecting. So that's about, I said, that's about the why the customer should care and change. Okay, so maybe there is an opportunity to gain something, or there is a critical threat they should avoid if they don't change. Okay, so it connects the customer's current state with the critical issues you have identified, meaning why they should change. Then in step number 4, the business case. In the business case, we explain, or you explain, the future state case to the customer and giving them an overall progress they will achieve by acting now. Okay, so before it was why they should change. We just should take care about it and change. And now we talk about why the customer should change now. Okay, the business case, you explain the future state, yeah, outlook, the progress they can achieve when they change, when they act now. Okay, it's all about why they should act or change now. Yes, the next one is the high-level offering. That's step number 5. This means you outline what you are proposing at the process level, and ideally, you describe the customer the customer. Yeah, it describes how the customer will co-create value when he's together with you. I have here Xerox, when you're Xerox, whatever company, whatever name your company has. So this is how Xerox, in this case, I just made a case here, how Xerox as a vendor, or how whatever your company name is, will deliver the value. Okay, that's the how you deliver. In step number 6, it's the customer's investment. Of course, what is the customer has to invest? Yeah, and here on this step, you explain the risk reward case to the customer, what they put in on price, time, resources to gain the value that you're gonna deliver. Okay, so what the customer will give to get the new result. Okay, so it's the custom. That's what called investment, or you can say, what's the price? What's the cost? Yeah, we call it a customer investment, meaning it explains the risk reward case to the customer, what they put in on price, energy, and resources. Of course, when you're implementing new processes, it's also resources involved. It's not only the price, the money, it's also time, and so on to get on to value. And last but least, step number 7 is you ended up with your credibility. Okay, meaning explaining why your company is best placed to provide this new solution. Okay, and this can include case studies, for example, testimonials from other happy clients, or other unique, or maybe you have a unique value proposition. Okay, you can summarize, this is the why you and not your competitor. Okay, why the customer take the step, should go through this change together with you and not with your competitor. Okie dokie. So let's get a little bit deeper. And yeah, and as I said in the beginning, now it's a lot of stuff here on this slide again, but I guide you through step by step. So as I said, in the executive summary, the first step is the key point summary. That's the what's going on, why they should change now, and how they should change. And here in the executive summary, you set the scenes with some drama. Okay, and if you don't know exactly how to do it, please go to the recording about innovation stories. And I'm explaining exactly in innovation stories how you build up a compelling, engaging, inspiring story. Okay, so here it's just in the beginning, executive summary, you set the scenes with some drama, you identify a villain and a hero, you summarize the proposal shortly, and you state a launch date, so the the decision makers know when you can launch it, when you start it. Then we talked about level 2, when you remember the critical issue or issues, when it's more than one, as I said, maximum 2. That's what's happening in the customer's world. And I said you do this in a narrator style approach to introduce the issues. Again, innovation stories in this chapter. Please, less is more. Not get lost in detail. Not less is more, and create and keep focus on one key issue, as I said, maximum 2. Okay, not too complicated. That's too much. If you find out there's more pain, there are more processes with a lot of more pain, please focus on the 1 or 2 main processes that it has the most value for the customer and is the easiest for you to implement on the customer side. Okay. Then on, as I said, on customer implication on step number 3, that's why the customer should care and change. You remember why he should care and why he should change. So here a short summary of the current state. What's the current state? And it's all about disrupting the status quo thinking. Okay, the reason for this is disrupting the status quo thinking. And you underpin this with commercial insight. And as I said, this was a separate chapter, separate episode. There's also the recording available, underpinned with commercial insight. And you build a constructive tension on it. So you build some tension on it. Guys, it's all connected what we did in the episodes before: commercial insights, business curiosity, stakeholders identification, and also innovation stories. Okay. Then in level number 4, or step number 4, the business case, that's about why the customer should change now. So we talked about why the customer should change now, why he should change now and not postpone it, or so why it should be a very high in the priority list on the customer side, why he should change now. So you design a future state, meaning your presentation, the solution, a future state, you size the opportunity of the future state, you signpost the promised land, and if, of course, you do a return of investment case, but both a rational one and an emotional one. Okay, return on investment case, a rational one and an emotional one. Yeah, and then actually you see it's maybe you do all these parts. Yeah, I just want to give you a certain structure that is really helpful, and maybe the difference will be that it's from a customer's perspective. Okay. So on level number 5, it's the high-level offering. I call it high-level offering. So I guess you have a high-level offering. This is how you will deliver the value to the customers. So you present your breakthrough approach, also the process level details that are necessary. As I said, less is more. Please do it graphic rich, more graphics, less words, and for the details, for the words, for the details, as I said, there are less words to do it graphic reach because people are visualizing. Please use an appendix for all the technical details. Okay, that's step number 5, the high level offering. And then we come to the customer investment, as I said. Okay, what the customer will give on time, money, and resources to get what you promised. So make please a clear and concise investment summary, so it's really very transparent. A TCO with time and resource. TCO is total cost of ownership. Yeah, what does it cost in total? Total cost of ownership, the customer in time and resources. Please schedule charges and extra fees to really make it transparent, and map it to the, as I said before, to the return of investment case. And last but not least, we talked about our credibility. So why with you, why he should go with you and not with your competitor. So this means at the end, please explain why this will work for the customer. Yeah, why you can deliver, why it will work what you promised, why this will work with you. And maybe you can use, as I said before, you can use cases or case studies or customer testimonials, whatever is helpful for this. Okay, so these are the 7 steps. It's not complex. It's a little bit practice, of course. And I know when I run workshops about this, my customers always in the beginning, they send me their proposal, ask me, can you review it? Can you give feedback? And I'm more than happy to do this. Please keep in mind that you do it on brand, not only your brand, but in the presentation, I always have both brands, your brand, of course, but also the customer brand. Please do this, personalize it. Use, of course, I mean, it's clear, it's clear, but I always say this because sometimes I see really weird presentation. People are, do click, search, and copy, copy a little bit this, bring this together, mix it up. So have constant fonts, not different fonts, constant sizes, and constant colors if possible. Please, please, please. Of course, do a spell and grammar check. Okay, very important to do a spell and grammar check. And I also said, please provide an appendix if it's possible, if it's necessary, when it's very technical, very detailed, meaning bring a hard copy and a soft copy for the decision makers. And as I said before, when you remember when we talked about your high level offering, do it graphic reach, more graphics, less words. So when people look at the slides at the presentation, they see the graphs, but they listen to the words, so they're not distracted by reading. They just have a look at the slides and you explain the slides and the graphics. Yeah, that's more 7 steps. And as I said, it's absolutely working. It is a clear structure. And as I said in the beginning, very, very important is the executive summary. Yeah. Summarize the key point, what's going on in this business of the customer, why they should change, why they should change now, and how they should change. A short overview, and then you go deeper in the critical issue, 1, maximum 2, as I said. Also the customer implication, meaning why the customer should change, should care and change. Then in the business case, why it should change now, and then how you deliver your high value offering. Then what's about the investment, and at the end, your credibility. Why with you? Okay, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. And and not only for this module, ladies and gentlemen, but also because it's now the end of the whole module with this last episode, and I make a break on that. So this actually will be from my side. The last talking head delivery for this year for myself, and I really want to tell you at the end. It's not about specifically for this episode. It's for everything in business we do. It's all about preparing to succeed. Preparing to succeed. Actually, the resource for this, I got it from the New York Times, and it's all about prepare to succeed, and you're not failing. And I bring this from the US. The head coach, one of the head coaches said, it's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has it. Everyone wants to win. But it's the will to prepare to win that matters. This was Paul Beer Bryant said, okay? It's not the will to win that matters. Everyone wants to win, of course. But are you already willing to prepare for it? It's very, very important. And here's some figures. The average hours per week that an NFL player spends on planning, practicing, and building the game plan is 70 hours a week. And at the end, it's a quarter of an hour when the ball is actively in the plane. It's all about preparation. As a very, very, very good friend of mine, since many, many years in the business, said, he always says he says amateurs train once a week or once a month, professionals at least 5 times a week. And the same in business. Okay, it's all about practicing. And it's not about practicing the complex thing, it's about practicing the basic things. And that's what I do in my trainings, is my workshop, practicing basic things that when you're under pressure, that you really can perform under pressure, and you're not distracted by your emotions or any other stuff. You're still on task. So another lead, what if, how to implement it? Yeah, I know this was a lot of stuff, I know this, and it's not from where you once hear it or see it and you know how to do it. It's all about practicing, going more in detail, and maybe specifically adapted to your situation, to your industry, to your branch. And as I said, please contact me. I always highlight my what I call my main website, rolandfriedl.com, because from there you can link to my business website, to my men's work and other stuff. But when you're precisely on the business, please also go to exactly the business side. But you can also link from the Roland Friedl website. It is called www.spartner-performance.com. I spell it through. It's SPARRRTNER minus. I call it minus. I don't know in English. I forgot it. Performance.com. But you also can link from the rolandfriedl.com website, and you can also follow when you go click on SPS. This means Spartner Performance Systems. Spartner, the reason for that we see ourselves as a sparring partner, it's a combination of coaching, consulting, training. We really spare our partners. That's why you see this boxing gloves in the background. It's also on the website, because we really prepare our customers for the real world. We really prepare them to perform under pressure, to stay on task, to make a difference in their customers' world. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you get value out of it, please contact me or recommend it to your business friends. I thank you a lot. I wish you an amazing time, a lot of success, and I hope I see you soon. Thank you so much, and bye-bye. And thank you for on USA Global TV and Radio to give me the chance to present what we experienced together with our customers the last 2.5 decades. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, and all the best.